There is effectively a universal quarantine for anybody coming into the country. The universal quarantine is 1 full week in quarantine until 2 tests are negative for coronavirus, whichever ends up being longer. So you got to get the 2 tests to come out of your 1 week quarantine, and those are still required to come out of the 1 week after the 1 week. With that in mind, there are 2 exception categories to the 1 week quarantine. There is the list of sort of green countries. That's 10 countries from which you only need up to 24 hours of quarantine or the negative test. That's Austria, Australia, Hong Kong, Hungary, Taiwan, Moldova, New Zealand, China, Singapore, and the Czech Republic. Now, that might be a list of 10 countries, but only 3 of those countries are allowing Israeli travelers to come to them. So they only have 2-way travel with the Czech Republic, with Moldova, and with Austria at the moment. Now, there's another category, and that's the red category. Those are countries that Israelis are not allowed to travel to at all without generally a lot of extensive paperwork from the government. That's Bulgaria, Brazil, Georgia, Mexico, Spain, and Turkey, because of the high rate of coronavirus in those countries. Right now, they are trying to do everything to control stuff at the airport because they don't want to bring anything in, and that's going to involve phone tracking and a host of other policies to make sure that people aren't violating the quarantine this time around.
The third dose were Israel's President Isaac Herzog and former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel's decision is controversial, as the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has not approved the third dose, and the agency is typically the international standard for medical trials. Despite that, many Israelis are confident.
We should do the third vaccination and even the fourth vaccination, so we shall do it. And even the fourth vaccination, so we shall do it.
Protesters flocked to the center of Tel Aviv to denounce new coronavirus restrictions that include a return of the green passport system, which requires proof of vaccination to participate in public life.
Vaccinated to wear masks? No, screw your freedom.